The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Happiness Jungle with yours truly, the Chief Happiness Officer, Lyn-Dee Eldridge. And today, of all days, I am super excited. I know I always say I'm super excited, but I'm really excited because I, too, am now a student of Nancy Lewis Hill. And who is Nancy Lewis Hill? Well, Metabolic Method. And you also do an academy, right?
Right.
I'm going to learn so much from you today. So for our audience, remember one thing. It's all about interactive and being able to take away something from the show that you're going to be able to literally, put into your own lifestyle. And I think, Nancy, you got some really good stuff about us being healthier on the inside and out. Hi,
Lyn-Dee. So excited. This
I
is
am
great.
so happy. Share with me all about what you do and how did you start doing it? Because how long have you been doing this?
That's really the real nugget of it all.
Yeah.
I started doing this a little over a year and a half ago because I went through a program this is what the Metabolic Method is.
Right.
And I was at a point in life where a lot of things, you get to a certain point in life where life gets you,
Yeah.
and it starts to be a weight on you. Especially women. We are so busy taking care of everybody else and making sure everybody's all set. You drain your own battery down.
Right.
So then one day you wake up and you look and you're heavier than you've been, and you're not as active as you used to be.
Can you relate? Can anyone relate to what
Right.
Nancy is saying?
And then all of a sudden you think, I guess I'm done. I guess I'm old. I'm going to be sore, and this is my lot in life. And I just knew somewhere inside me, I knew that there's no way that's all I have going on, because I'm not that old. And so I went in and took the steps to go forward and take charge of my life and went with the Metabolic Method. I had known Lydia Martinez-Ebling, who designed the program, and I've been watching her evolve, is what it is. She's got a very good knowledge and understanding of nutrition and fitness, and I understood that. And then when she developed her own program, I thought, this is something I might want to figure out what's going on. So when I jumped on, I was just blown away. My vibrance came back. The person that I knew I was underneath there came back, and so I thought, I've got to share this with everybody. I have got to share this.
So you reinvented yourself a year and a half ago.
Absolutely. I brought back, I like to look at it as like, we're like a teapot. I'm very visual. So we're like a teapot, a beautiful teapot. It's a copper teapot. And we're beautiful in the beginning. And then as time goes on, we get used and we get dings. And then after a while, it sits on a shelf and it starts to tarnish up.
Oh. Wow, what a great visual.
Yeah, but it's still a beautiful copper pot under there, right? So all it just needed was that polishing, that brightening, and then, ta-da, you're back to the vibrant you that used to be. So it's when I did that, and I reinvented myself in the process, because I decided I need to be a coach. I need to go out there and just inspire people to just reach down and find out who they are. And going through a nutrition program was part of the journey. Because it was
I have to tell you, you wear it beautifully.
Thank you.
Your skin, gorgeous. Your eyes, crystal clear. Your smile, everything. So it's working for you. You are a product of what you preach.
Without doubt.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because that's the only people that are allowed on this show. Are the most authentic, happiest people, so they could help other people realize that, wait a second, why do I feel like an old soul, even though I'm not an old soul? And is it too late for me to start a new beginning? And you just shared with them, nope.
Not at all. Not at all. We don't even know what we're doing to ourselves. It's what happens. It's like layers upon layers of things that happen to us, and we lose track of how it all started.
Right.
And when it comes to food, with the metabolic method, what I go forward with is understanding the foods that you're eating and how they affect you.
Right.
Because let's face it, Lyn-Dee, by the time you're in your 20s, you know eating a whole pizza is not a good idea.
That's true.
Right? You don't have to be a rocket scientist.
That's
You don't
true.
have to be a fitness expert.
Right.
You know chips and dip is not going to be the solution. So that isn't the problem. It isn't saying that there's 12 points assigned to that hot dog. It's really understanding what the food is that you're eating and how it affects you. Because you, as wonderful as you are not me.
Right. We're all unique.
Absolutely. And our fuel needs to be unique.
And that's what you do. You help people dissect what's healthiest for them on an individual basis, not just because it's good for me, it's good for you.
Right.
Everybody's an individual, and that's where your expertise has come in.
Absolutely. And yet the whole person needs to be addressed. Think about that. If it isn't about, you know not to eat a bag of chips.
Right.
You know you need to get exercise.
Yes.
Okay, so there's two things that we already know. So knowledge of those things isn't
Yeah.
the problem. You can go out and Google that all day long.
It's true.
But what you don't know is what nobody's talking about is the foods that we eat. Each one of us, it'll process differently. Our metabolism would be affected, but the other part that's really huge with what I do is we think about the hormones, because our hormones are affected by our food. I mean, our metabolism is our hormones are our metabolism.
Right.
So if you haven't got that in check, if you don't understand your own hormones and what fuels your hormones, it's just going to be, you didn't feel good Monday, and you went ahead and ate the same things on Tuesday, so it just compounds, and on Wednesday, and then 3 months from now. So you never scaled it back to find out where it was that things kind of went awry.
Right.
And so your hormones, they're going to affect your weight loss, they're going to affect your thinking. So if you can't clear your head of all the negativity.
The emotions and everything
all
that
of
just
that,
drains us.
Absolutely. And the food,
And the
I
food.
hate to tell you, the food fuels your mood.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And
I remember when I really wanted to change my eating habits. You know what I did? I went through my refrigerator and my freezer and my cupboards, and I got this tremendous box. And I loaded it with the stuff that I knew was not good for me, and I donated it.
that's a great start.
And it was a great start, because
Absolutely.
then I wasn't like, well, I'll finish that bag of chips, I'll finish those cereals, tomorrow I'll start new. Well, tomorrow leads into the next day, and then the next day, and all of a sudden,
Right.
a month, a year goes by, we've gained weight, we feel sluggish, and it's all because we just didn't even understand that we are our worst enemies when it comes to that. But yet we'd like to blame other people and other reasons for it, right?
It's a whole lot easier, isn't it?
Sure
it's a
it
whole
is.
less painful
Right.
to peel back the layers.
Yeah.
When you start peeling back what's going on, because it's, so your food will affect your hormones,
Yeah.
and your hormones will affect your thinking, but
makes
also
sense.
in reverse. You got your thinking kind of affected you and your hormones also. So if we're addressing each client that I work with individually,
Yeah.
is we are going to address all of that. We're going to, you've got to address your food intake. You got to address your activity level, but then we're also going to get into the uglies. And it's painful at first,
Yeah.
because people, I know a lot of us, especially I think women are this way. We like to keep it to ourselves because we can take care of it because we're big
Right.
and strong, right?
Right.
But you got to peel back that layer that what's really going on.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to yourself? If you know not to eat that,
Right.
and you still do it,
Yeah.
what's really going on? Because I keep going back to women. With men, it's the same story, but I particularly am drawn to helping women because
Right.
it's a passionate thing for me. But we're so busy making sure that everybody else is all set. You would never, ever let your child suffer. You would never let your child have stuff that you know is going to be detrimental to them
You're right.
knowingly,
You're right.
but you do it to yourself.
That is true.
So that's where the work comes. Why are you doing that to yourself?
Mm.
And it usually comes down to not loving yourself. You love your children more than you love yourself. And then it's okay to love your children to pieces, but it all starts with who you are.
Yeah.
And that's where they build their strength from. So it's
Right.
huge.
Well, especially after we become, let's say, empty nesters. Let's talk to that age group.
Yeah, let's.
We're empty nesters.
Absolutely.
It's time to relive. It's hard to start playing again, to recharge ourselves. Not to have the excuses of why we're not out there playing ball or doing whatever it is that we want to do.
Sure.
Dancing, bowling.
Everything.
Everything. Right?
Right.
Once the last one leaves the nest, it's time to turn on a new channel. And you help people do that.
I do help people do that.
How can people get in touch with you?
Well, you can get in touch with me through Facebook,
Yeah,
through Miss Nancy Lewis Hill. That's my Facebook page.
I like
Or
that.
mycoachnancy.com. And you can reach me there.
That's
So very,
killer.
yeah, I'm very reachable, and to have a conversation,
Yeah.
it's to have clients just for the sake of having a client isn't where I'm.
Doesn't work, does
No,
it?
It isn't what I'm about. I don't want to pull
Right.
people along. I don't want to sell somebody on a program. What good is that?
Right.
What I want to do is have an honest conversation with someone and understand what is it that you want, and what level of commitment are you looking for? Where are you at?
Right.
And let's devise the program to suit where you are going to go and where you're at right now. Because I'm going to come alongside with you where you're at.
Right.
So like you said, the empty nesters, that's one of my favorites.
I bet it
actually.
is. I could relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're
'Cause
back.
That's what happens.
We're back. You know,
That's
let's
exactly
play.
it. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's drop the weight that we've
Here we
gained
go.
because we packed our kids' lunches all these years, and we decided to eat the potato chips instead of putting them in the lunch boxes. I mean, you know, the brownies, the little Debbie brownies, that is the worst thing for you. I think I'm giving away some of my uh-ohs, right?
Oh, good.
So what excites me so much is that the new beginning starts with the person who finally says, I'm going to go to Nancy's website. I want to learn what this is all about. The other thing that I just heard you say is that you will not work with anybody just because you need a client. You're going to work with those that really, really want it, because then it's fun.
It's absolutely a blast.
Right? That's
Right.
what the happiness jungle is all
That's
about.
it. That's why
Yeah.
I'm here.
That's why you're here.
For fun.
For fun. I know for a fact that I've turned away people that are doom and gloom because I only will work with happy people. I just help people get de-stressed. That's my forte. When I'm introduced or somebody calls me and they want me to work with them, but they're doom and gloom, I let them know that I'm not for them. They need a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And when they're ready to get off that couch, that's where I
There
come
you
into
go.
play. Because I refuse to spend any time being unhappy
Absolutely.
or
It
being
drains you.
drawn back.
It will draw your energy out.
Yeah.
And we're not ready for that.
We're not going back.
No way.
So for all of those people, all those women that are ready for the new beginning, you need to touch base with Nancy
Without
because,
doubt.
oh my.
I can give you I'll give you an example. I had one client. It's fun when it comes to a realization that you really want to make that change, and it's scary. You know,
It is
really is
scary.
scary because now you don't even know if you believe in yourself, and that's so sad because you've lost faith in yourself, and
Life grabbed you and took
Yeah.
you and stole you.
and all you knew at that point is you raised your family, and that's why this speaks specifically to those empty nesters.
Yeah.
You raised your family. They went off and they did exactly what you wanted them to do, which is flourish.
Right.
So they're not hanging on to you anymore. So now what do? You know, and there's that like, you know, I don't know if I can do it. I haven't done anything in so long, but you know what? That's what the consult with me is for. So I can just kind of peel that back and say, you know, what are you afraid of? Let's
like
go.
that.
Let's just go. If you're ready to bring yourself back, let's just go.
Yeah.
So I had a client of mine, and I'll share this with you. Her name's Barbara, and she's 64, and in that exact scenario. You know, her kids moved away, and we got across country, you know. So what does she do? You know, she just kind of keeps on keeping on.
Right.
And I saw her one day, and she was coming down some stairs as I greeted her, and she turned sideways and grabbed the railing and came down facing the railing.
Huh.
I thought, what is that all about? And
That's not good.
yeah, 64. I said, what? She told me, oh, it's arthritis. It's how I have to come down the stairs. I said, no, that's not normal.
Right.
You're only-
Good for you for not accepting
Yeah.
that excuse.
Yeah, that's not normal. You're
Yeah.
64, and if that's normal, then you need to see somebody because something's wrong. And you know, that was the conversation we had, and you know, just gentle
Yes.
but firm.
Sure.
Came back to me and wanted to become a client. she did it, and I can tell you in 8 months, I'm going to tell you the weight loss number, but
Yeah.
I want you also, everyone to understand that it isn't about a weight loss number either, but she dropped 60 pounds, and for her it was important because she needed to lose 60 pounds.
Sure.
And the pounds is just one aspect. I mean,
Right.
there's a whole lot of things going on, but the best part was this year, in the 6 months that she did all of that, the 7 months, she's gone zip lining. She's gone gliding. She went with a plane where the plane pulls one plane and the other one soars.
What?
She climbed a mountain. She's gone fly fishing. And I thought, you know what? My job is done. I was thrilled. It brings a tear to my eye because
Yeah.
her life is back. She's back to being the vibrant person that she was designed to be.
I like that. So many empty nesters, women, decide that they're going to be caretakers for the grandchildren. We raised our kids. We raised our children. It's time to be a grandparent where you could spoil them,
Have a
love
blast.
them. Yeah, give them sugar and say, I got to drop you off because I've got to go play. And we're going to help you find your playground.
Right. Absolutely.
Because everybody has a playground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Me
that.
too. Me too. I don't like hearing when I call up some people and go, hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's get together. Oh, I can't. I have to go pick up my grandchildren. Now, I understand helping. I love to help my daughter with her children. I have 4 beautiful granddaughters. And I'm blessed beyond blessed. I love playing with them. I love watching television and snuggling with them. But this is my time. And I told my daughter, and I said, I raised you. Now it's time for you to raise your children. And I want you to know that I'm going to be here and I'm going to love them and adore them and I'm going to give them everything that I could possibly give them. But I'm developing a new playground.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
I'm not a built-in babysitter just because I'm your mom. So I love that because we're giving all the grandparents out there permission to be a grandparent.
Absolutely. Have fun.
Have
That's
fun. Be a girl again, right? Be a girl.
Do pajama parties.
Oh my God, we're having a pajama party, aren't we?
That's going to be lovely. It is going to be a blast.
I
It's
know.
the last time, right?
When's the last time? Put together a slumber party for you and your friends because that's what we're doing, huh?
Absolutely.
You gotta play. I'm not saying be immature. That's not
No.
what I'm saying. I'm saying
Let loose.
collect yourself, let loose, go zip lining, go enjoy what your 64-year-old client, Barb, has started to enjoy versus grabbing onto the handle as they're walking down.
Right.
There's a way to get off meds. There are solutions to get off meds.
Absolutely.
And it's all starting with you, your inner you, your mindset. That's what I love about you. You work with people from the inside out. It's not just about the diet. It's about everything.
There's a whole person's involved. There is a person that this, I want to caution people when you watch television and they have those things on TV, you know, the quick weight loss programs, and it all looks great, but you know what?
Go to the gym.
Yeah, no, and because honestly, if you're going to spend your money on that, you're
Yeah.
better off spending it on a fitness
I'm
program
serious.
so you can move.
That's right.
But if you're going to really work on this, there's something bigger, there's something better, and if you're looking at the television and thinking that's the answer,
Yeah,
then you really are looking to really fix a bigger problem.
that's right.
There's something that when you fix it, you're going to be jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Because the you that you used to know is back
Oh, gosh. And better.
and better.
Better, back, and better.
And you know, if you're going to be taking care of your grandkids or having fun with your grandchildren,
Yeah.
how much better is it to be
Active with them.
active and vibrant? And your
Or
grandkids
sitting on a chair watching them playing.
right, and your grandkids say, "Oh my gosh, it's Nana. She's so much fun. She's my
Right.
favorite Nana. Let's ride bikes. Let's run."
Yeah, yeah.
That's
My
great.
girls, they play sports.
Yeah.
You know, softball, baseball, and I've got a glove because I used to play softball. I love getting out there and getting that
Get in the
tomboy
game.
out of me. You know, I do. I love dressing like a lady, but I like the tomboy in me too because I enjoy playing.
That's who you are.
It's who you are. And then there's comes snack time. Well, in my snack basket are the vegetables and the good stuff.
That's awesome.
You know?
Yep. There's a time and place for the extra sweet
There
treats.
is. And trust me, I cheat. I do. I'm like, I've got the sweet tooth from heck. I do. I'm a dessertaholic. but I found that there's a lot of ways to satisfy my sweet tooth. What about the people that have a sweet tooth that say, I just can't give up those sweets?
You know, that's a great question, because part of what my programming that I'm going to do, what I do with somebody is we have to get off those sweets first, because sometimes it's the sweets that are triggering things in your head that make you want to have more and more of it.
Right.
So once we get through a program where your your metabolism's really cooking the way it's supposed to, you can have those sweets and you won't be as triggered as you were.
Right.
Because it's not so built up in you that it's like a craving is bad.
Right.
It actually, the food that you eat, the fuel that you eat, tells you that it's okay. I had a cake, I had a cookie, I had an ice cream, and I'm good.
Right.
I don't have to strap the bucket onto my face and finish it.
Oh, that's so funny. Strap the bucket onto my face. Oh, that's hilarious.
Tell me you haven't licked the lid on the ice cream ever.
Oh, God, I've licked lids on a lot of things.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Real life, real talk.
Real life, real talk, real raw.
Oh, yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning.
There you go.
Oh, and I go upstairs and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow will be a new start. I've already destroyed tomorrow. It's 2 o'clock the next day.
Yeah, right. You're already on the
Yeah,
start.
I've already started, doing it bad. So what am I going to do?
I love
Put it to another day?
I love the mindset stuff. That's my favorite part of it. Cause once you're aware and you see yourself doing stuff, sometimes you wonder. And it happens. You have that 2 o'clock thing, something comes up and it's just, I guess I have a cookie.
Right.
And you do it.
Yeah.
You don't get over it.
Right.
But when you beat yourself up after you've done it, there's something else going on. Why would you do something knowing that it wasn't what you wanted to do so that you could beat yourself up afterwards?
Yeah.
And the other part is when you can feel good about it and say, you know what, I had the cookie and I'm all good. You realize how empowered you are?
Exactly.
You're so empowered to say,
it's amazing.
I can eat a cookie whenever the heck I feel like it.
Yep.
And I'm good.
Yeah. And then there are people that are stuck. I don't know anybody. You need to go to Meetup.com.
Yeah.
And that's an awesome social media, physical active site that we can literally be on. You put all of your likes and your dislikes, career, hobby, and otherwise. And then all of a sudden it lets you know within that certain mile radius what's going on in your area.
Yep. And your likes.
And your likes.
Yep.
And you're able to connect, and all of a sudden you're like going where other people are instead of the people that you've been hanging around with that are eating the same chips as you are.
Yes.
Yes. That I'm not saying leave people. I want you to continue loving them, but you need to start doing a better habit for yourself.
Right.
And that's what you bring to the table. That's what's so exciting about you to me.
Having a community of people, and what I also do is that we connect everybody into a private community on Facebook as clients, because we know you need community.
So you have a community.
Yes. And
tell me about your community, because I want everybody to realize that Nancy has a community.
And we have a community.
Yeah.
And it's private.
I like that.
And it's safe. Yep. Because, although you're right, you want to do meetups, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a lot of changes at once, and it's scary to step out. It's scary to meet new people, and that whole thought of I'm going to lose my old friends. They're going to think I don't want them anymore. That just comes so much into play. So what we do is I can plug you into a private community where you get to complain about what you might want to complain about. You get to cheer about what you want to cheer about,
right?
And then it's a total non-judgmental place to be. No one's going to say, "Wow, can't believe you blew it with that ice cream."
Right.
There's none of that. It's just like
support.
It's total support.
Positive support.
Yes. And then questions. You have questions you want to ask. And amongst the community, there's people who have answers because they've gone through the program or they're going through the program.
Right.
And it's just good to have everybody be together in the same path, on the same idea. And then some people find out that they're in the area of another person and they meet up with them. And now there's a meetup where it's not such a stranger to them, because now they've had a conversation online in the private room.
Right.
So it's you're now my friend, much more than just somebody who has the same likes.
Everything in life is a step program. Everything in life is a step program.
You can't get to those steps without the ones in between.
You can't. The only way you're not growing is because you don't want to grow. Because you have all the excuses of the world. And with today's social media, computers at your fingertips, the smartphones, There's no excuses. And I have clients of mine say, well, I don't even have a cell phone. Well, it's time to get a cell phone.
It is time to get a cell phone.
You know, if this area, if this millennium is doing social media, then you need to do social media because we're not going backwards.
No,
The
not
Jetsons are here.
Ah, they are.
Isn't that true? Remember when we used to watch the Jetsons?
Absolutely.
That was crazy.
Absolutely.
What do you mean that refrigerator talks? Our refrigerators talk now. There's televisions on the refrigerator. There's televisions when you open up a refrigerator, which is beyond me. Do not get a refrigerator that has a television in it. Isn't that craziness?
That is craziness.
For what reason?
I don't know. I just want
know.
to stand there and watch your TV on your refrigerator.
It's nuts to me. And here's why. Because the appliance companies understand that people will not change. And if they could go ahead and make an entertainment out of your refrigerator box, you're more apt to go into your refrigerator box.
Understand that.
And
Understand
I think
the marketing.
that's just wrong.
Understand the marketing.
We market
of a lot
happiness.
Of things. We do market
We
happiness.
do market happiness.
And it's infectious.
It is
And I
very
don't mind
infectious.
infecting everybody.
Yeah,
with
well,
that.
that's good because I will be infected with you all the time. Yeah, you're just good. You're good stuff. What other great tips would you like to give our ladies out there? Because again, this is an interactive show. I want to know that they've gotten something out of this, that they could say, I not only started, but I did go to Nancy's website and I did decide to follow this program because it's fantastic.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
that feedback. But one thing I think is talking to yourself about what you're afraid of.
Oh.
I think that if that's my nugget for everybody, is really sit down with yourself and have some quiet time. And it gets scary to be alone with your thoughts sometimes, but being able to just understand what you're afraid of, why you won't take the step forward to fix the problem. Because if you're not happy with where you're at, then not being afraid to take that next step, you have to weigh out which is more important.
That's right.
The pain of that next step or being unhappy where you're at.
Everything's a step program.
Everything's a step program now. As
We're out of time.
a funny little thing is that if you can't stop some of these habits,
Yeah.
then maybe you need a different kind of a step program. That is one of the things I do.
Hello. Wow. Now that's a nice way to close off the show. That's fabulous.
That's it.
And guys, that's part of my mojo. You know, on happinessjungle.com, I help you with steps to get out of that old pattern that you're in. And Nancy has steps for you to get out of the pattern you're in. Quickly, give your website again.
MyCoachNancy.com.
Nancy, I am so happy that you shared the stage with me today. Thank you so much. And for everybody else, thank you so much. We never said life was easy, but we did say you could be happier. Bye for now, everybody.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.